Today, we're setting out to really get straight to the core mechanics of, well, human achievement.
That's right. We're talking about this idea that you, right now, possess this incredible, often ignored treasure house inside you.
Yeah, a kind of miracle working power that, honestly, most people just completely overlook in their daily lives.
And we're diving deep into some real classics here. Think It, Grow Rich. The power of your subconscious mind. Seminal stuff.
This isn't just about, feel-good quotes. We want to understand the actual relationship between your conscious thoughts and, well, the reality you experience.
We're aiming to unlock specific, repeatable techniques, things like autosuggestion, visualization, methods these sources claim can literally reprogram your mind.
For success, wealth, health, and importantly, for peace of mind, too.
So let's kick things off. What's really fascinating right from the start is how these sources frame the mind. There's this clear duality.
You mean the conscious and the subconscious?
Exactly. You've got the conscious mind, that's your everyday thinking, deciding mind. But then there's the subconscious. And here's the kicker.
What's that?
The subconscious is presented as the vast primary system. It's running maybe 90% of your mental life. Everything from, your heartbeat to your ingrained habits. It's the real powerhouse.
Okay, let's unpack that. I know there's this classic analogy, the mind as a ship.
Right, that's a great one. So the conscious mind, it's the captain or the navigator. It stands on the bridge, makes the decisions, sets the course, figures out where you're going.
It handles the logic, the analysis, the day-to-day reasoning part.
Precisely. And the subconscious, that's the ship itself. It's the engine room, the boilers, the crew down below. It takes the captain's orders.
And just does them.
Executes them without question, without debate. And this is critical. The sources emphasize the subconscious is non-rational.
Non-rational. What does that mean exactly? Like, it's dumb.
Not dumb, just different. Doesn't analyze like the conscious mind does. It doesn't have a sense of humor. It doesn't judge whether an order is good or bad, ethical or unethical.
It just acts.
It just acts on the instructions it receives. Full stop.
So if it doesn't reason things out, how should we think about it? Is it just passively waiting for orders, or is it more active?
It's kind of both, actually. Think of it like a bed of incredibly rich soil.
Okay.
That soil, it'll accept any seed you plant in it. Good seeds, bad seeds, seeds of prosperity, seeds of fear. It doesn't judge.
It just grows whatever's planted.
Exactly. If you consistently plant thoughts, seeds of abundance, it works tirelessly, 24/7, to grow a harvest of abundance in your life.
Wow. But the flip side?
The flip side is, if you plant seeds of fear or lack or limitation, it takes those just as seriously. And it multiplies and magnifies that into your reality, your conditions, your experiences, the events that happen to you.
That's almost terrifyingly powerful. It basically runs on this law of belief, right?
That's the term they use, yes. The law of belief. Whatever dominant idea, whatever strong feeling you manage to impress onto that subconscious soil.
It has to express it externally.
It has to.
Yeah.
It finds a way to bring it into your tangible experience. It always produces fruit that matches the seed you planted.
Which makes the quality of those conscious seeds, our habitual thoughts, incredibly important.
Paramount. Absolutely paramount.
Okay, so if our conscious mind is the planter and the subconscious is this super powerful, non-judgmental soil, how do we make sure we're planting the right seeds, the ones we actually want? Because just kind of wishing for something clearly isn't enough, which I guess brings us to this idea of autosuggestion.
Right. Autosuggestion is the mechanism, and it needs fuel, a currency. And that currency, according to these sources, is intense emotion.
Emotion, not just the thought itself.
No, the thought has to be fused with genuine, strong emotion. Things like unwavering faith, deep love, intense desire, or even, unfortunately, powerful fear.
Why emotion, though? If the subconscious isn't rational, why does it care about feelings? Why can't I just calmly decide, okay, I want X goal?
That's a really good question. Think of it like this. Your conscious, rational mind, it's like the guard standing at the gate to the subconscious.
Okay.
If you just walk up calmly and say, hey, I'd like to be rich, the guard looks at his clipboard and says, but your history shows you're not rich, and here are 50 logical reasons why that's unlikely. The rational mind objects.
Makes sense.
But burning desire, that's different. We're talking about a consuming obsession. The sources compare it to the feeling of needing air when you're held underwater. That level of intensity.
It just crashes through the gate.
It generates enough emotional force to basically overwhelm or bypass that rational guard. The sheer feeling, carries the instructions straight into the subconscious.
So the desire isn't just wanting something, it's almost a tactical tool to get the message delivered.
Precisely. It's a necessity for effective programming. You see it all the time with top athletes, right? Their burning desire to be number one isn't just talk.
Yeah, it's what makes them stay late, practice harder, push their pain when others quit.
That desire overrides the conscious mind's complaints about being tired or sore. It fuels the action.
And sometimes, to really generate that focus, the sources mention something pretty extreme. The bridge burning technique.
Ah, yes, burning the bridges. It's drastic, but the principle is sound. It means intentionally cutting off your escape routes, eliminating your backup plans, your safety nets.
Why would you do that? Seems risky.
Because it forces the mind into a corner. By destroying the option to retreat or fail gracefully, you remove the conscious mind's ability to rationalize giving up.
It creates a kind of do or die situation.
Exactly. It locks the entire mental system onto the goal. The only way out is forward. It's a powerful way to signal commitment.
Which really clarifies why just repeating affirmations often doesn't work, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge pitfall. You stand there saying, I am wealthy, I am prosperous, but inside.
You feel like a total liar. You're full of doubt and fear.
Right, and that creates what the sources call a mental conflict. You've got the stated wish, I am wealthy, but you also have the deeply felt belief, no, I'm not, and I'm scared.
And the subconscious?
The subconscious isn't swayed by the words alone. It always accepts the dominant idea or feeling. In that conflict, the fear or the limiting belief usually wins out.
So that's what gets manifested, not the affirmation.
Precisely. You absolutely must eliminate that internal conflict. The feeling has to align with the statement for any of these techniques to really take hold.
Okay, so alignment is key. How do we actually achieve that? How do we make sure the desired thought becomes dominant? Let's talk about timing. There's this sleeping technique.
Yes, timing is crucial. The sources agree that the subconscious is most receptive, most accessible.
Like the veil is thinner.
Sort of, yeah. The highest degree of outcropping, as one source puts it, happens just before you fall asleep and right after you wake up.
Those drowsy, relaxed states.
Exactly. In those moments, the conscious mind's filter, that rational guard, is weakest. It's off-duty, practically. That's your prime window for implanting the thoughts and feelings you want to take root.
And the amazing part is the work keeps going even when you're asleep. What's this about kinetic action?
Right, kinetic action. It just means the subconscious is always working, always moving, always executing. It doesn't clock out for 8 hours.
So it keeps processing what the last thing you fed it?
Pretty much. The last dominant command, the last vivid image or strong feeling you impressed upon it before drifting off. It takes that instruction and dedicates the night, in a sense, to figuring out how to make it happen. It's working on the how while you sleep.
Wow. Okay, so if that pre-sleep moment is so vital, what's the best tool for feeding it the right stuff?
Visualization comes up a lot. The mental movie method. Yes, visualization is huge. But it's more than just casual daydreaming. You need to set aside dedicated time, daily if possible.
And do what? Just picture the goal.
Picture life after the goal is already achieved. And here's the key. You have to make it vivid. Engage all your senses in your imagination. What are you wearing? What does it smell like? Who are you talking to? What are they saying?
You have to feel the feelings of having it now.
Exactly. Feel the satisfaction, the joy, the relief, as if it's happening right now. That emotionally charged mental picture acts as a powerful, undeniable blueprint for the subconscious to work from.
These blueprints can really create change, can't they? I love that story about the young guy who wanted to be a doctor.
Oh, the office cleaner. Yes, classic example. He had zero money, stuck cleaning floors in a medical building, but he desperately wanted that MD.
So what did he do?
Every single night, religiously, he practiced this mental movie method. He didn't just wish. He vividly visualized a medical diploma hanging on a wall, his name JSLC, printed in big, bold letters.
And he felt it.
He felt the pride, the accomplishment. He lived in that imaginary reality for a few minutes each night. And he kept doing it.
And then what happened?
After about 4 months, one of the doctors whose office he cleaned just noticed him, saw his intense focus, his determination. The doctor was so impressed, he ended up sponsoring the young man's entire medical training.
Incredible. The subconscious literally attracted the means to fulfill the blueprint he gave it.
That's the claim. Disciplined imagination overriding current reality.
Okay, but what about, the negative chatter, that inner critic that pops up and says, this is silly, it'll never work. How do you deal with that, ruining the positive image?
Yeah, that's a constant battle for most of us. We have to actively fight that internal noise. The sources suggest a direct approach, the countering technique.
Countering? How does that work?
When a negative thought bubbles up, like say you're about to give a presentation and you think, oh God, I'm going to completely embarrass myself.
Yeah, happens all the time.
Instead of just letting it sit there or trying to ignore it, you immediately, forcefully hit it with an extreme positive counter thought. You substitute it.
So you don't just gently disagree, you sort of shout it down mentally.
That's it. You mentally roar back. Nope. I'm going to deliver this speech brilliantly. The audience is going to love it. They'll applaud for 5 minutes. You overpower the negative frequency with an oversized positive command.
You're basically telling your subconscious, this is the dominant idea now.
Precisely. You're asserting authority over your own thoughts.
And I've also heard about something called the delete button technique. Is that similar? Just picturing yourself erasing the bad thought.
It's essentially psychological theater, yeah, but effective theater. Whether you imagine a big red delete key on a keyboard or picture writing the negative thought on paper and then smashing it or burning it,
The act itself sends a message.
the act reinforces your conscious command. You're demonstrating visually and emotionally to your subconscious this thought pattern. Rejected, terminated, I'm in charge here.
Makes sense. Now, what about bigger, more complex goals, like resolving a tricky legal issue or maybe a long-standing family argument? Those seem harder to just visualize away.
For those complex situations, there's a technique often called the Bogdoan technique, or simply the mantra technique.
A mantra, like chanting.
Sort of, but simpler. The idea is to distill your complex desire down into a very short, simple, easily remembered phrase, almost like a lullaby.
Why simple?
Because simplicity bypasses the conscious mind's tendency to analyze and complicate things. You take the essence of the desired outcome, say harmony and resolution, and capture it in a brief phrase.
And then
you repeat that phrase slowly, quietly, feelingly, over and over again, especially in that receptive state before sleep, like rocking yourself to sleep with the feeling of the solution.
I remember an anecdote about a woman using this for a family dispute.
Yes, she was embroiled in this long, nasty legal battle with relatives. Instead of focusing on the arguments or the complexities, she simply started repeating a short phrase every night.
What was the phrase?
It is finished in divine order. Just that. Simple, peaceful, trusting.
And she just repeated it, feeling it.
Feeling a peace and resolution implied by the words. And the sources claim that, quite surprisingly, a harmonious resolution presented itself soon after, resolving the whole dispute.
Wow. So the simple, emotionally charged phrase basically instructed the subconscious to find a way to create that divine order.
That's the principle. It signaled the desired end state perfect resolution, and the subconscious went to work arranging the external circumstances to match that internal picture.
It's really quite something. And it seems this power isn't just for personal goals like money or relationships. It extends further, doesn't it, into scientific discovery even.
Absolutely. Now we're shifting gears a bit, looking at the subconscious as this incredible, almost untapped resource for complex problem solving. This is where things get really interesting.
You mean scientists using it deliberately?
Yes. There are numerous accounts of scientists and inventors who, when stumped by a difficult problem, would intentionally turn it over to their subconscious mind, often right before sleep.
Why then?
Because the subconscious isn't bound by the same linear logical constraints as the conscious mind. It can connect seemingly disparate pieces of information in novel ways, accessing insights beyond rational thought.
Like Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
Didn't he claim to build inventions in his head?
Exactly. Tesla said he could design, build, and even run complex electrical machines entirely in his imagination for weeks. He'd work out all the kinks mentally, trusting the subconscious to perfect the design before he even touched a physical component.
That's incredible. And there's the famous chemistry example too, right? The benzene ring.
Oh, Friedrich von Stradonitz, yes. He was wrestling with the structure of the benzene molecule, couldn't figure it out rationally, so he gave the problem to his inner mind.
And what happened?
He had this sort of waking dream, flash of insight. He saw atoms dancing, and then they formed into a snake. A snake biting its own tail. The Ouroboros symbol. And in that instant, boom, he had the answer. Benzene had a cyclical ring structure. The subconscious delivered the solution in symbolic form.
Wow. So this mechanism, this inner power, it also has implications for our physical health, doesn't it? The sources talk a lot about healing.
They certainly do. A core claim is that there's a miraculous curative force residing within the subconscious mind itself. After all, it governs all the automatic processes of the body, healing, cell repair, everything.
So how do we tap into that for healing?
The principle is the same: belief and suggestion. The idea is that many illnesses might have roots in negative mental patterns, fear, or resentment held in the subconscious.
So changing the thought changes the body.
That's the theory. By consistently feeding the subconscious the idea, the feeling of perfect health and wholeness, maybe by mentally relaxing each body part and affirming its perfection, you can potentially trigger the body's innate healing intelligence.
It's suggested that all healing methods, whether it's prayer, medicine, placebos, they ultimately work because they elicit a response of faith from the subconscious.
That's a controversial but central point in these texts, yes. The method matters less than the patient's belief activating the subconscious healing power. Faith is the key ingredient.
Okay, one last major area. Fear. The sources seem united in calling fear, well, basically our biggest enemy.
Man's greatest enemy, yeah. It paralyzes action, limits potential, creates misery. And the key insight is that most of our fears, apart from maybe falling and loud noises, are learned, conditioned responses.
So they can be unlearned.
They can be overcome. The advice is often direct, echoing Emerson. Do the thing you were afraid to do, and the death of fear is certain. Action starves fear.
But how do you get yourself to do the thing if you're terrified?
You use the same principles we've been discussing. You consciously replace the fear pattern with a constructive thought. You vividly visualize the desired outcome, not the feared one.
Like the student afraid of public speaking.
Right. Instead of dwelling on panic, he repeatedly affirmed and felt, I speak with poise and confidence. I am relaxed and at ease. He gave his subconscious a new, positive blueprint to follow.
And the subconscious, following orders, delivered that poise.
That's the idea. You starve the fear by focusing intensely on the opposite desired state. That shift in focus from what you don't want to what you do want, that seems to be the absolute crux of making this work.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you, the listener? It feels like the real shift isn't about trying to wrestle with the outside world so much.
No, not directly.
It's about going inside. It's about controlling the cause, which is your own habitual way of thinking and feeling. Mastering your subconscious really means, what? Consciously cooperating with it.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it. Conscious cooperation. You learn its rules, you respect its power, and you deliberately feed it only the highest commands, thoughts of harmony, health, peace, success, goodwill.
You become a better captain for your ship.
A much better captain. And if you think about the bigger picture, this implies a pretty profound level of personal responsibility, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, it echoes thinkers going way back, like the Roman emperor Marcus Aurelius, who basically said, a man's life is what his thoughts make of it. If these principles hold true, then we are, in a very real sense, creating our own reality from the inside out.
So success isn't just about money or status.
No, the real measure, according to these sources, includes that deep inner stuff. Peace of mind, genuine joy, feeling fulfilled, living purposefully. That's the true wealth.
So a final thought for everyone listening. If your subconscious mind is truly this tireless, powerful force, always working, always trying to bring about what you impress upon it, what new, bold, positive command are you going to give it tonight? Right in that crucial window, just before you drift off to sleep.
Today we're exploring some really foundational self-help ideas, drawing from huge books like Think and Grow Rich and The Power of Your Subconscious Mind.
Yeah, and the central idea is pretty staggering, isn't it? That you have this like inner treasure house.
A miracle working power, they call it. Something most of us just ignore.
Right. So our mission today is to really break down the techniques these books offer. We're talking practical steps for, success, wealth, health.
And peace of mind, which is huge.
Absolutely. And it starts with this core concept. The mind isn't just one thing. You've got the conscious and the subconscious.
Okay.
But here's the twist. The sources argue the subconscious isn't just part of the system, it's the main operating system. It runs, pretty much everything.
Everything, like autopilot for your life.
Kind of, yeah. From your breathing right down to manifesting what you truly believe.
Okay, so let's clarify that split. They use an analogy, right? The ship.
Exactly. The conscious mind is the captain, the navigator. It decides the destination, gives the orders, your thinking mind.
Makes sense.
But the subconscious, that's the engine room. It's the ship itself. It takes the orders.
And just executes them.
Blindly. That's the critical part. No reasoning, no questioning, doesn't get sarcasm, doesn't judge if an order is good or bad. It just acts.
Wow. Okay, so if it doesn't reason, how do we handle all the, negative stuff rattling around in there? Past anxieties, self-doubt. Isn't that irrationality a problem?
It's the problem. And the opportunity. The sources describe it like rich soil.
Fertile ground.
Exactly. You plant a seed, any thought, any belief, and the soil just works to make it grow. Precisely. Your subconscious takes that dominant feeling, that belief, as the instruction. It multiplies whatever you deposit. Ideas of wealth, ideas of lack. It magnifies them.
That connects to something else they mentioned, the magnetized iron versus demagnetized.
Yeah, that's a great illustration. Demagnetized, it can barely lift anything. Magnetized, it lifts many times its weight. The difference is that internal state, that implanted belief.
Okay, so communication is key. If the subconscious is this powerful but unreasoning engine, how do we feed it the right commands? Just thinking, I want more money, doesn't seem to cut it.
It really does, because it needs fuel, and the fuel is genuine emotion. This is where autosuggestion comes in.
Autosuggestion, okay.
Thoughts need to be charged,
Yeah.
backed by strong feelings, faith, love, desire, even fear. Unfortunately, that emotional charge gets the thought past the conscious gatekeeper and into the subconscious.
The books really hammer this idea of burning desire. It sounds intense, not just wanting something, but needing it.
It has to become an obsession, almost. The analogy they use is powerful.
Why not?
Needing that goal, like you need air when you're underwater.
Yeah. No plan B.
Exactly. It removes all alternatives. Think about top athletes. It's not just talent. They have that burning desire to win that pushes them to practice when others go home. It overrides conscious fatigue.
That explains some of the more extreme techniques, maybe, like burning the bridges.
Yeah, destroying your safety nets. Sounds crazy, right?
A little bit.
But the psychological idea is by removing any retreat option, you force the mind into this hyper-focused do-or-die mode. That intensity creates the emotional energy the subconscious needs.
Okay, this links to a common problem then. Why do standard affirmations, I am wealthy, I'm healthy, often fail?
Mental conflict, that's the term they use. If you say, I am healthy, but deep down, the dominant feeling is fear of sickness.
The subconscious picks up the fear.
It picks up the dominant vibration, the feeling, not just the words. The sources are really clear. If you affirm something positive, but then spend the rest of the day worrying, the fear wins. It neutralizes the affirmation.
So timing must be crucial. When is the conscious mind least likely to argue back?
Bingo. That leads us to the sleeping technique. The moments just before you fall asleep and just as you wake up.
Why then specifically?
Because your conscious, critical mind is naturally relaxed, sort of offline. The subconscious is highly receptive, highly suggestible then. It's prime time for planting those beneficial thoughts.
And the subconscious keeps working on them while you sleep.
That's the idea. Kinetic action continues. So instead of replaying worries before bed,
You should be using visualization, like the mental movie method.
absolutely. You create the blueprint, spend, say, 10-15 minutes daily vividly imagining life after the goal is real. What are you doing? Saying, wearing, and crucially,
How do you feel?
yes, you hold that mental movie, feeling the reality of it until it feels completely natural internally. That feeling is the imprint.
There's that great story about the young guy wanting to be a doctor.
Oh yeah, cleaning offices, no money for tuition. But every night, every morning, he visualized his medical diploma on the wall. His name, big letters.
Just kept at it.
Persisted. And it wasn't just daydreaming, it was active, feeling it. And apparently, a doctor he worked for noticed his dedication, was impressed, and ended up sponsoring his entire medical education.
Wow. The subconscious found a way.
It accepted the blueprint and manifested the means.
There's also a subtler one, the physical preparation technique.
Yeah, taking small, concrete actions now that signal the future reality you want. Like if you want a relationship, maybe buy an extra toothbrush, clear some closet space.
Seems small, but it tells the subconscious this is happening.
It aligns your present with the desired future. Shows expectancy.
Okay, what about when negative thoughts inevitably pop up, that mental monkey?
You have to counter them immediately. Don't let them take root. The countering technique is about meeting negativity head on.
How does it work?
So if the thought is, I'm going to bomb this presentation, you instantly, forcefully counter it with the extreme positive, no, I will be amazing, the audience will love it. That shock of confidence disrupts the fear pattern.
And for visual people.
There's the delete button technique. Simpler. negative thought comes in. Mentally picture hitting delete or smashing the thought written on paper. Just refuse to entertain it. Starve it of attention.
Got it. And for deeper issues, maybe relationship conflicts or something complex.
The Baudouin technique, or the mantra method, it's about condensing a complex problem into a short, simple, emotionally resonant phrase.
Like a lullaby.
Almost, yeah. You repeat it slowly, calmly, feelingly. The example given is a widow in a legal dispute who just repeated, "It is finished in divine order."
Focusing on the solution, not the problem.
Exactly. She repeated it until she felt peaceful about it, handed it over to the subconscious, and the dispute settled quickly out of court.
Okay, now this is where it gets really compelling for me. It's not just personal goals. Scientists have apparently used this for breakthroughs.
Oh, absolutely. This elevates it beyond just self-help theory, doesn't it? It suggests a fundamental mechanism of mind. Conscious reason hits a wall.
So they outsource it.
Pretty much. They'd immerse themselves in a problem, then consciously decide to turn it over to the subconscious, often before sleep, trusting the inner mind's nonlinear processing.
Like Kekulé and the benzene ring structure.
Friedrich von Stradonitz, yeah.
Yeah.
Struggled with benzene structure for ages, let it go, relaxed, and then had that flash of insight, the snake biting its tail, the ring structure revealed.
Incredible. And Tesla.
Nikola Tesla supposedly built and tested inventions entirely in his imagination first. Ran virtual diagnostics, made adjustments, perfected it mentally before touching any physical components. Complete trust in the subconscious output.
That level of trust is amazing. And this power extends to healing too, according to the sources.
They make some pretty bold claims about a miraculous curative force within the subconscious. The idea is that this force responds to faith.
So affirmations for health work by
impressing the idea, the feeling of perfect health onto the subconscious, mentally relaxing each body part, claiming wellness. The argument is that all healing methods, ancient or modern, ultimately work because the patient's subconscious mind accepts the suggestion of healing based on their faith in the method itself.
regardless of the method's scientific validity.
That's the claim. It's the belief activating the inner healing response.
But the biggest roadblock to all of this, health, success, everything, seems to be fear.
Identify it as man's greatest enemy. Because fear is essentially powerful negative autosuggestion. If you constantly fear illness,
You're basically instructing your subconscious to create it.
you're conditioning yourself for it. These abnormal fears are learned negative patterns.
So how do you break that conditioning?
Replace it with constructive thought, visualize the positive outcome, yes. But crucially, you need action. Emerson's quote is key here. Do the thing you are afraid to do, and the death of fear is certain.
Confront it directly.
Yes. If you fear public speaking, visualize success, feel confident, but then you must actually speak. That action sends a new, powerful command. See, not dangerous. We're okay. It overwrites the old fear program.
Okay, so wrapping this up. What's the big takeaway for someone listening? It feels like a fundamental shift in perspective is needed.
I think that's exactly it. If we connect this all together, the main point is stop trying to change the outside world first. That's exhausting and often ineffective.
Because the outside is just a reflection.
It's a reflection of the inner world. The world within creates the world without. You have to change the cause, which is your dominant, habitual way of thinking and feeling.
So mastering your subconscious is about consciously choosing what goes in.
Consciously cooperating with it, feeding it thoughts of success, harmony, health, peace exclusively.
And success here isn't just money, is it?
No, the sources define true success much more broadly. It's sustained peace, joy, fulfillment, control over your inner state, really. Like Marcus Aurelius said, a man's life is what his thoughts make of it.
That puts a lot of responsibility on us then.
It does. The subconscious is always working, always trying to help based on the instructions it gets. It's maintaining your body right now, seeking solutions. The question is, what instructions are you giving it? Clear, positive ones, or muddled, fearful ones?
You're the captain, you have the engine. It's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe the final thought for everyone listening is this. Knowing you have this incredible power ready and waiting, what new, bold command are you going to give your subconscious mind tonight before you sleep?